A clean, well-lit place, a clean and well-lit YouTube channel. What happens when we're clean and well-lit? We get to illuminate and make transparent things that are confusing to other people. Let's get better before the end of this video. Let's improve doing Web Zero. Hey Larry. Hey Julian. What's Web Zero? Web Zero is being able to successfully send a text message. That's not a perfect text message where our messages get responded to, but we keep on trying to communicate, even if the last message wasn't necessarily our best. Meaning, is it always going to be one-for-one communication? No. It's going to be Web Zero, where we keep on trying to get better from video to video. Similar to this video, helps us both get better. I almost just said this video helps me get better, because it's both of us. How is my sound? I got a new microphone. This video already is amazing because Web Zero. Yes, Web 12 is AI and Web 12 is genius. Yes, Web 5 we've explained, it's Web 5. Web 0 is a web that really is simple, which is, can you email and text better and better? Because a lot of people end up not really connecting with each other, hoping to parse communications via Web 2, which is broken, social media. Web 2, which is not broken, bonjour français, bonjour, bonjour. Web 2, oh, let's connect on LinkedIn so we can message. That's not Web 0. That's Web 2 to Web 2 without a connection. It's like bringing a chaperone to two girls, one cup of knowledge. It's like bringing barriers to day 22, which is one book, one Larry Chang. We can do two girls, one cup of knowledge via two girls, one book. And if you feel my brain exploding while simultaneously imploding, it's because one little slip, and I could say two girls, one cup of gross stuff. Because what we're exploring in a clean and well-lit YouTube live, which is based on a clean and well-lit YouTube, a clean and well-lit book, is being able to get better before this video ends while getting entertained. Let's explore day 23. Let's explore other people's failures. Failure number 1. When we fail ourselves, that's not necessarily painful, but it's experiential. Why not, as we see me failing to place a piece of paper, instead of watching ourselves fail, we can springboard off of other people's experiences. Number 1. How clean and well lit is my place? Number 1 failure. It's a business model failure, and When I say business model, think time failure, where time is a model temporarily failing. Is your business model a workshop? So we're so shell-shocked from being sold useless workshops that we've never purchased, that we've never benefited from, that like the allergy of Americans to glyphosate, aka American people bread, because in France, the bread is high quality. The bread in America, it's deadly. It's why American people are allergic to American bread. But then American people go to France, and then we say, oh my God, I thought I was allergic to bread. It's the similar allergy to when people are allergic to a workshop. Why are people allergic to a workshop? One, because YouTube content creators are scammers. Two, why are people allergic to a workshop? Because the business model of a workshop is broken, similar to how the American school system is broken. Broken monetarily, broken how so? Broken in that you're gambling $200,000 in school debt, hoping that the $200,000 in school debt yields you more than $200,000. That's number one. Is I'm scared that I'm walking into a workshop. These are failures of our model, our mental model. These are failures of a business model and an ass model, which is also number two. Is your business model my butt hymen? You see, so many people here, although not today, are talking about, hey, would you like to accept my offer for gayness or homosexuality? Because the business model here is not your butt hymen. It's just not. Why? Because not that there's anything wrong with it, but that's just not my business model. Let's not talk about your butt hymen or the fact that your butt doesn't have a hymen and that's why you're wired the way that you are, is that your butt hymen got violated and now you're messed up. Don't bring your messed up stuff into the 37 failures to fathom models. Models. Being able to draw out Alexander Ostrander's model, it helps ginormously. And the reason it helps ginormously is that we can think about having a good memory, or we can visualize a map that we drew by hand that we saw visually. So it's see it, do it, draw it, see it, do it, blog about it, see it, do it, curate it. That's the triumvirate of number three, mapping it out. Failures to fathom models. Simply put, so that way all the value gets transferred from me to you, is being able to solve a problem, being able to attribute the problem cost X, and Y is the percentage that we earn. X and Y are related, but that's up to you to negotiate. When you see that these videos have an associated X amount of value, now you see the model of my enthusiasm and why I put energy into these videos. Why? Because I hunt problems. And when people don't hunt problems, They're they're goalless and modelless and rudderless. Rudder like a ship's rudder. Rudder like no direction. Rudder rudder, like a ship navigating. These are failures to fathom models. This is another mindset that's horrendous, which is hourly wage. I would say 90+% of people that are stuck, I've diagnosed to be they're stuck with thinking that they have to make an hourly wage. They have to make a minimum wage. They have to make a wage per hour. Remember, maybe not recall because I haven't walked you through, the minimum wage is always zero. Price controls don't work. Default to black pill often is the default. Problem is that the internet is on and price discovery, it's dead. Interest rates are fake. They're not free flowing. They're hard to peg. There's a central bank that's communist, and the treasury is not your friend. And when there's collusion with the central bank, the citizens get screwed every time. That's why hourly wage thinking, it's incredibly tough. Corollary directly is this phrase. It's called rent-seeking behavior. Rent-seeking behavior is something that once you see it, you can't unsee it, which is where you see people not hunting problems. And remember, when we're on YouTube, sometimes people are trying to cause a problem that they themselves solve, or they're causing a problem, blowing up a problem in order to do what? To gain attention. This is rent-seeking behavior, where you're calling attention to a problem that you didn't even know about, getting you all riled up, distracted, sucking attention, and then causing you to seek rent for them. Here's an example of this, where I didn't know that starfish washing upon shores caused females who are older than 22, younger than 23 to stub their toes. Now we're in an uproar about starfish washing onto shore. Now we're in a situation where I didn't even know that we needed to get angry about the rights of starfish to potentially have human ability to get married. Who knows? So rent seeking is where we get away from mooching and looking for sugar daddy day 15. My sugar daddy is causing me to go bankrupt. Yes, that's a video from 8 days ago. What day are we in right now? What day are we in right now? What day are we in right now? We're in the day called 37 questions that are bad to ask, which is, why are you yapping with so many random words? Thank you for telling me that English is your first language and that you have a hard time with new words. Why? Because I did a map of your words. You use about 390 words. I'm not going to call you out on your ethnicity because each person within an ethnicity gets to dictate where they are with being a crab in a pot. But I will say, expand your number of words from 300 words. Remember, English, it's your only language, and you're not doing great at it. And that's okay that English is my second language, and I'm just absolutely dominating the word map. Why? Because this is a clean and well lit place that's based on a book. Have you read a book? That's cool if your life model is to read 0.0 book because you're default slave. Oh my God, this script is amazing. So, what happens when we're a default slave? We drop negative comments that get pinned that say, which country are you from, cowman, who is currently yapping random words? Well, the land I'm from is a land of not being a default slave while being surrounded by NPCs. You may be converting from a non player character into a not default slave. What's a default slave? It's a person who goes YouTube video to YouTube video without goals, without self-improvement, opposite of D&D mapping. What's D&D? It's Dungeons and Dragons. What's D&D and what's its role here in a clean and well-lit place within day number 23, 24, 23 of hashtag 26 days of Grok 4 ducking BK? You see, when you map where you're going, you don't get bossed around by your slave master. Who are the masters? That would be the algorithm. Who are the masters? The people who are humans who program your rent-seeking behavior, who order you to pay money, who try to get you to think kind of negatively, who also have you in a dark cult trying to pull you in because they want to escape their slavery by having you enter their personal hell to be their slave. They're still going to be slaves. It's just Dante's levels of hell. You're welcome for D&D mapping. Hey Larry, can you be positive? Because this is a clean and well-lit place on day number 23, hashtag 26 days of Grok 4, ducking bankruptcy. Yes, I can be positive, which is, can you scale off of $0? You see, Julian took some action. Julian was able to laugh at a joke, 2 girls, 1 book, which is a game. What kind of game? It's a super fun game that removes you from a prison that has invisible bars. This is the game. It's 2 girls and 1 book. And the way this game is played is the 2 girls take turns with me reading 1 book for 3 minutes. So we have 1 book, Safedine Amu's book, and then we say, okay, read it for 3 minutes. And the 2 people who aren't reading obviously can't touch their phone. We obviously can't touch our phone. Obviously, we cannot touch our phone. So we read for 3 minutes and we get watched while we read for 3 minutes. Why are we doing this? Is number 1, thinking that it's a workshop because is your business model a workshop? Is Larry having strong concerns about his butt hymen? Let's focus on 2 girls, 1 book. Larry, you missed it when I was talking about your topic. You missed it when you missed it. But I'll catch you up while I'm talking. What's up, Pakistan? It's this. 2 girls, 1 book. It's a reading exercise. It's a sexually charged, stored energy, repressed sexual tension. Why? Because it's 2 girls, sometimes mostly naked, 1 book. You see, we're channeling the sexual energy into being able to focus on reading a book. If you can read a book with me sexualizing the energy in the room, now you understand that 2 girls, 1 book is book roulette. Russian roulette is where you're passing a gun around with 1 bullet. 2 girls, 1 book is book roulette, where you're passing around a book with 350 pages. Those pages are all bullets, and they're not going into your brain to destroy your brain. They're going into your brain to grow your brain 3 minutes at a time. So she reads for 3 minutes. I read for 3 minutes. The other girl, reads for 3 minutes. We do 9 rounds of book club, book roulette, because what we're doing is we're scaling off of 0. And then, like Larry Silver has talked about, which is absolutely, if you just know how to collect items from your environment and have a padded envelope in your pocket, you can start making money. See, his butt hymen or pussy hymen is worried that money is going to enter his orifice. But the money doesn't enter via the butthole. No judgments if that is your business model. 37 failures to fathom business model. No judgments. I'm judging you. That's not a good way to make money. The better way is, can you scale off of 0? Can you scale off of 0 book? Can you scale off of $0? Can you scale off of 0 videos rewatched? You see, you jumped into this video immersed in smartassery where you're saying, hey, look at me, pay attention. I'm going to make a smart comment. And I was almost going to say, but conjoined with your prior YouTube viewing history, where I'm rewatching content that you've watched for you by recapping 37 bad questions to ask. I know you're in that video session. What we're doing with asking better questions is page 62, page 64, 67, chapter 4, turbo hike. Because once you're able to do that within 2 girls, 1 cup of knowledge, by memorizing page numbers that are associated to other people's problems, which is X value hunting. I hunted the fact that you asked a dumb question, which is Cowman, who is currently yapping random words from Navarishima, obviously Pakistani Indian, where English is your first language because you're Indian Pakistani. Your English is tremendous. It's your business models that are broken. It's you got away from 2 girls, 1 cup of knowledge because you don't like the fact that I have unfettered access to females, where I'm not paying women to play book roulette with me. and now your brain is jealous, and now your brain is asking crappy questions. 37 questions that are crappy. You're also failing at 37 failures to fathom business models. Is this video not the most amazing ever? Because I'm asking you the question is, can you scale off of zero? Oh, right off my script, the business model of Virgin. So, the business model of Virgin. Virgins hate other people who are not virgins. What is a virgin? A virgin is a person who's never watched one YouTube video and financially gotten $500,000 better. A YouTube virgin, a business model of a virgin is have your brain wrapped in a hymen, which is a protective covering that keeps your brain smooth and remedial. So that's a virginal line of thinking, and then having sex with people that are first cousins may or may not be a practice in your country. I'm making fun of people that have sex with family members. That makes the gene pool bad. That's not a good business model, because having sex with your first cousin, that's just weird. The business model of Virgin is this. It's so weird how I know intimate things, isn't it? Don't let it freak you out. It's just a really, really, really large brain. You see, the business model of Virgin is where you just get stuck never doing one simple business deal. You get stuck never reading one book or being able to financially benefit from even one video. Go from 0 to 1. Can you scale off of 0? Procrastinate until you show my journey of 600K steps. So, the reason most people are stuck at Virgin is they procrastinate by having this thinking. Larry, I realize my journey is going to be 600,000 steps. Because remember, a journey of 1,000 steps gets you to $1,000. A journey of $600,000 is 600,000 little steps. This is when people say, well, I want to know all the steps before I do anything. That's your brain on default slave. That's your brain on dollars per hour. That's your brain never having been divergenized, except for when your butt hymen got divergenized and then your brain got broken, and then now you're in a world of self-deception because you don't know your own origin story. This is how to join a clean and well-lit place, which is, don't procrastinate until you're shown 100.0% of your journey. You're going to need to unprocrastinate your brain. And what is procrastination other than a laziness to allocate effort, because your effort out and results in have never wired properly? Maybe it's because you're butt hymen. Maybe it's because you're raised by a single mom. Maybe it's some cliche thing that now it finally clicks to be, wow, looking for a sugar daddy, looking for the government as sugar daddy, that's going to cause me and my network to go bankrupt. Networking, you're cold open. Networking is broken. You see, we're networked right now. You may not like it. You're networked right now. You might be loving this, But that's also a problem because now you're asking, uh-oh, is really good looking Caucasian guy going to ask me to sign up for a workshop? Networking. Your networking is broken. I'm not going to say text message me. I'm not going to say practice cold opening somebody. What I will say is just practice saying good morning in a business setting somewhere. Practice saying hi, good morning. Dating apps. What's the business model in a dating app? You see, a dating app is where you've allocated cold opens to a smartphone. The business model you don't understand, which is to keep you permanently single. That's the business model. Is your ass model broken? So let's say you watch 10 YouTube videos and now you're jaded. You don't even have negative dating experiences, but you're jaded because you got programmed by a person who wanted attention versus encouraging you to take action. That's why this channel has a different feel to it, in that I'm not trying to build a following. I've never asked for subscribers. I'm not trying to build a email newsletter list. I'm not trying to monetize your ass. I'm trying to get you to take some action before Sunday ends. Today is day 23, hashtag 26 days of Grok 4 ducking BK. Bankruptcy. There are versions of it where you're not thriving. You should be able to make 600K using that hashtag on Twitter. Twitter as your map. Is your ass model broken? Do you try to date heterosexually? Do you try to date where you're looking for a sugar daddy? Do you try to red pill yourself with, hey, how can I get better? If your ass model's broken, that probably is because you don't have a mentor. I am not your mentor, but maybe you should get one. When you don't have a mentor or you're a mentor virgin, you're going to walk and talk like a person who does not have a mentor. Prior to getting a mentor, maybe reading or watching videos of your potential mentor, which is perfect on a Sunday. Can you mushy, mushy, mushy? So the reason it's perfect on Sunday is the people who are going to be successful after watching this twice are people that are going to be able to memorize things that are absolutely genius, from 37 failures to fathom business models, video, clean and well lit space, video, clean and well lit YouTube live. Because mushy, mushy, mushy is one word, mushy, which is a word I just made up because currently yapping random words. I'm currently spotting off and tidal waving economically orgasmic words. This is a word for you in triplicate because you didn't write it down the first 3 times, the first 9 times I said it. Maybe you'll write it down for time number 42 that I've said it, time number 37 that I've said it, which is mushy. What mushy is memorize something and write something. You see, you're in competition with people who are writing stuff out in a way that is in depth, incredibly in depth, and that's what it takes to win at NFL football, is being able to memorize 7 call sheets, 8 call sheets. Each one of these sheets is a play. Each one of these sheets requires you to memorize if you're playing NFL football. Since we're lucky that we don't have a defense playing against us in the real world. We just have to memorize one mother scratching word, which is mushi, which is, can you memorize and write? Let me give you an example via a game. So in this game, you're going to tell me a number between 1 and 14. This is what happens. Women have orgasms all the time. Squirters, because sapiosexuality affects women differently. You're welcome. I hope you continue with Mushi, 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 because you're about to climax again. Let's go. Comment a number with your sticky fingers, 1 through 14. 1 through 14. Comment a number 1 to 14. 3. Cool. Paste copy chapter 3. That's chapter 3. The game we're playing is tell me a number between 1 and 14. You see, the way I memorize, write, mushi, 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 any books, chapters 1 through 14, is I correlate those chapters 1 through 14 with chapter 1 through 14 of my mentor's book, chapter 5, what they don't teach you at Stanford Business School, chapter on mentorship, with the commensurate hashtag, hashtag CH5. Perfectly on cue, I'm not making up that 5 is chapter 5 because there are 4 different kinds of mentors. There are 4 different kinds of mentors, and you can say a low socioeconomic word, which is boobly-goop. Or you can say, wow, chapter 5, mentorship, hashtag CH5 on Twitter, mapping you from zero mentor, mapping you from virgin, never had a mentor, to 4 kinds of mentors. You'll probably recognize the ones that are associated to your socioeconomic status. 1, it's a superstar mentor. 2, a cohort mentor, which Julian is to Larry Silverstein, Larry Silver, which is junior mentor, number 3, and default mentor, number 4. I've taught myself many skilled notes via YouTube videos, growing cash crops, Smooth, and a bunch of mentalist NLP processes. Cool. So coincidentally, that's what I first did before I spent $3,000 to go to a workshop, John Grinder, Richard Bandler, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, because a hot girl, we'll call her Hazel, she accused me of using NLP to get hot women always over at my place. I was like, what? What's NLP, and why are you stalking the girls that come over to my place? She lived like 3 doors. To me, she lived way down the hall, but obviously she was like peeking out her little peephole to be a little peeping Hazel. So then she drops off this book for me, which I will not name, and I read the book super fast because I'm a fast reader. Chapter 5. Oh, we are talking about that. We are talking about it, which is she thought I had a superstar mentor, but she didn't understand that my mentor was a superstar above that person. Come back better after your timeout. You're going to be amazing. And you're welcome, because that was your brain right before triggering mushy, 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 draw me Alexander Ostrinder's business model generation. See, a superstar mentor helps you slingshot engage. Is this Ricky Bobby, Talladega Nights? Slingshot engage. What is slingshot engage? It's you should be jettisoning past me because my videos are mother scratching amazing. So when you're not self-improving, there's something wrong. That's my model. That's why I'm amazing. That's why it's mushy, mushy, mushy. Mooshie, Muexie, Mooshey. Because being able to sniff out, hey, are you a mentor virgin, i.e., you've never had a mentor? That's chapter 5, what they don't teach you at Stanford Business School. Would you like to buy that chapter for $8,000? What? This is the money component of it? Yeah. You should be able to use Grok 4 because today is the 23rd day of using Grok 4 to duck other people's bankruptcy. Do you see the genius in this? Because then they say, oh, I'm not paying $80,000. Are you high? I won't even make $80,000 total before I turn 30. That's what you say because you won't make six figures total before you turn 30. You're a business virgin. You're trying to get dollars per hour. Am I being hilarious? No. I'm being amazingly helpful because one, get one new business model. Just get one new business model. John Grinder, Richard Bandler. John Grinder, Richard Bandler. John Grinder, Richard Bandler. I surpassed my mentors super fast, and then I claim that I did not surpass them. That's because I read chapter 5 of what they don't teach you at Stanford Business School. Here's a bad question. Larry, will you print out your book for me and then charge me $8,000 or $170? No. You can just use AI, and I already gave you that chapter 5 is on Twitter under hashtag CH5. There's no joke, over 60,000 fortune cookie sized messages on WordPress. It's a platform that drives AI much more so than Reddit or the other Homo sapien driven website. I can't even remember. It's got all sorts of false knowledge. It sucks. And it's getting worse. Wikipedia. Number 1, get one new business model. What do you mean by that, Larry? This is what I mean. I mean, have you ever bought a $12 book and made $20? Because you haven't, and I know I'm making light of the fact that you're not great at this, but get one new business model, which is book club. Book club on day 23. This is a clean and well-lit place. Communism. Communism is where government is your sugar daddy. You're from a centralized communist country or it's socialist. It's pretty much the same thing, which is why you're on default. Sugar daddy is my business model. That's the default. Shouldn't be, but it is. Draw me a I don't have a daddy map. So, what happens when your father jettisoned is your brain turns into low testosterone business models because it turns out having two parents is incredibly useful. Guess my business model. Guess it. Because when you don't say thank you and you never say thank you, you're stuck in your business model with no gratitude. What happens when your brain has no gratitude? What happens? What happens? Default virgin.
transformationally asking better and better questions. 62, 64, 67. Turbo hike. Yes, today is college football game day. Yes, we're going to be transforming how we consume media to producing media, where we're currently on the production side of social media. Can our improved question selection, can our improved questioning ability net us significantly better financial results? This is a pivotal video, which is Getting Better at Asking Questions, page 62. Getting Better at Asking Questions, page 64. Getting Better at Asking Questions, page 67. Within a book that sounds ludicrous, which is How to Read a Book. The way to read a book is by asking better questions while you're reading the book, so that way you don't get distracted from, hey, where are the Jeffrey Epstein files? Hey, Suber, what's going on with you? Hey, Gelato, what's up? Hi, I'm Larry. Our video is on 37 questions to ask. The leadoff question is, hey, Sugar Daddy, is there ever a bad question to ask of a sugar daddy? Yes and no. It turns out having a sugar daddy situation increases our likelihood to go bankrupt, where you think that getting given money is going to be